seeing a haze out there, but it's a beautiful day. There's a live look from our Unico US Bancorp Tower over downtown Portland. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Afternoon Live. I'm Kara Mack, and we've got a great show planned for you. Our first guest is a paramedic turned photographer whose new book gives us a look inside of the COVID-19 pandemic. We welcome the author of Photos from the Front Lines, A Year on the Streets of Alameda County. Derek Hanley is with us today. Derek, thanks for joining us.
Kara, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
And welcome to Portland. I know that you've made it your new home.
Yeah, moved up from the Bay Area a couple of months ago. Spent about a decade in California and now get to experience the full Portland winter.
And I'm sure you're going to have beautiful pictures here, but this project that you took on, share a little bit about your past, because you were in the military and was a combat medic, correct?
Yeah, I did an active duty tour in the Air Force as a medic. I also did a National Guard tour in the Army as a combat medic. And then I worked for a little while as a paramedic on the streets of New York, and then moved to the Bay Area in 2012.
Yeah, and then 2020 became a medic, right?
Yeah, 2020 I got a behind-the-scenes research position with Alameda County EMS, which is East Bay, San Francisco Bay Area, where Oakland is. And was trying to use some of my photography skills to just capture some pictures of the providers that they could give to their family, because most people don't know what a paramedic does kind of in the daily basis. So the project started out kind of innocently enough, and then bam, March 2020 hit.
Right.
Pandemic struck, lockdown in the Bay Area, and then the project kind of took on a whole different tenor at that point.
And I mean, such a year, because it wasn't just the pandemic that you're showing pictures of. You have the protests, you're covering everything on the streets that's happening there. We're experiencing a lot of that up here in Portland at the time, and your pictures are fascinating. What made you want to share them with others?
I think it was the night of the big protest, because I was out with the crews for a little while in the field, and then that night I was behind police lines with the medics, because they were there to treat the cops and the protesters and whoever was getting hurt that evening. And found some amazing shots when I got home, and was looking at the stuff I captured on my camera, and I was almost compelled to put this stuff out there. I just didn't want to let it sit and rot on my hard drive. There's some amazing stories and some courage and bravery that these folks were doing that, were it not for these images, it may have just been a memory.
Yeah, share about like even this one. What are we seeing here?
So what we're seeing here, this is the tactical EMS team. Our paramedics were normally on the ambulance, but when there's hazardous operations, they assemble, they have the body armor and things like that. They were behind police lines treating the wounded during the major George Floyd protest. And that night, actually, 2 federal security officers were shot a few blocks away from the protest in front of the federal courthouse. The medics responded, and Chris, who's the one you see in the photo there, he was in the ambulance with one of the officers who died as a result of their injuries. So as a first responder, seeing another first responder die can be really heartbreaking and just overwhelming. And in that moment, I could see Chris was really struggling with trying to process what just happened. And you see Commander Heidi there with her arm on his shoulder trying to comfort him. And I was really torn in that moment whether I should take that picture, because that's a very private, intimate moment that he's having there. And I wasn't sure whether I should or not, but I made the decision to, because I feel like this is the stuff that people need to see. This is the aftermath of, a serious trauma. These folks are going to live with these memories and these sights and these sounds and these smells until their dying day. And so that's part of the mission of the book, is to expose some of these things to folks who may not ordinarily get to see behind the scenes.
I want to pull up some more of your pictures, because as you say that too, even with the people in this picture, of knowing that it's going to be okay, that you show it, right?
Absolutely, and I chose this photo for the cover because it's so emblematic of all the changes that came about in the medical world. I mean, you see, this is the ambulance bay where normally ambulances are backing up and parking. You can see outbreak tents set up there. You have a nurse out there taking temperature in what's a spacesuit, essentially. You see providers with full PPE. I mean, earlier in the book, you don't see any of this stuff. So it's such a stark contrast, and so many things that were happening that you would never see ordinarily. Yeah, this one here was paramedic. Now, I'm sure you remember in the beginning of the pandemic, the virus was burning through nursing homes. That was kind of the chief mode of transmission. So it got to the point where all of the nursing staff in some of these nursing homes were quarantining because they all got sick with the virus. So the county asked if paramedics would be willing to volunteer to come in and staff these units that were fully saturated with COVID patients. And I'll be dipped if some of these folks who had already been on their hind legs fighting for the last months battling this pandemic volunteered to walk into these areas and treat these folks who were all sick. And to me, that's one of the most beautiful examples of service before self that I captured. throughout that year, embedding with the crews.
Yeah, really finding the importance of the appreciation, right, of the first responders. What did you actually feel from that? Because there were a lot of people appreciating, but not really seeing the depths of what they're going through.
Yeah, absolutely. I was able to capture some of the appreciation parades that were happening around the Bay Area. Basically, it was first responders would get together and convoy around the local hospitals, because we knew that the hospital staffs, they were fighting as hard as we were on the front lines. And so it was really mutual appreciation. Everyone, you can see the whole hospital would clear out, all the staff would be on the streets, and we'd be able to wave at each other and basically say, you know, we mutually appreciate your service and your sacrifice. And it was one of the few tangible things that came about during the pandemic that was really people showing their gratitude. A lot of it is, you know, maybe lip service, but this was something that people could actually see. And I was so fortunate to be there to capture it, because so many medics weren't able to see those parades. They were out actually treating patients on the streets. And so this book is a way for them to receive some of that gratitude that they may not have gotten for that incredibly difficult period that they had to work through.
As a photographer, you probably have to fight fear, or not? Are you just a fearless person?
I mean, serving a couple of tours in the military certainly helps to do that. And I think being a medic also, I think, helped to kind of drop the guard of some of the subjects in there and get some of those more intimate shots that you see. But I'll be honest, Kara, that night of the major George Floyd protest, I was the most in fear of my life that I've probably ever been. I mean, there was 7,500 protesters all pouring, you know, hate and discontent in your direction. There was only 200 first responders or so that were on the police lines, and the medics were behind them, and so it just turned into a whole crazy night. And again, I was fortunate enough to be there with my camera to capture some of it. Otherwise, it would have just been a memory for these folks.
Yeah, and really now share it with others. That first vaccine, what was that like as far as a turnaround? Did you notice that?
Yeah, I thought about that today. The majority of the book takes place pre-vaccine. I mean, so many things, so many stuff you're seeing people do is just pre-vaccine, and so that was really, I think, we were able to kind of take a breath and go, okay, because first responders were actually prioritized first for the shot, which is kind of a rare display of people recognizing their importance. And so these folks who have been going into folks, you know, right into their homes, who've been sick and things like that, I think for them to get the shot and finally be able to breathe a little bit easier, because what was unique about this battlefront, and I use military vernacular intentionally in the book to try and tie those two professions of military and medic together. You know, it's one thing to go into battle with your full body armor. It's another thing to go in with this polyester shirt. And so I was really more concerned about getting my wife and our close friends sick from being out there in the field. That was the real risk that I felt. So to get the shot, to at least be able to, you know, have a one breath of relief that you know, I'm not going to get sick, you know, anyone I know.
Of course, Derek, thank you so much for sharing this book with us. Thank you for your service throughout all these years as well.
Thank you so much, Kara.
Yeah, and we'll have more information about Derek. There's the book again, Photos from the Front Lines. It'll all be on our website at KATU.com. Don't go away. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.